Welcome, everybody. I just first want to say this is not medical advice. This is my story. But some of you have asked, what have I done for my cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, and all that. So I'll go over that. I also want to tell you that when you ask me questions, I can't just answer like that, because even as a holistic practitioner, a master herbalist, I have to gather information. You don't know what medications people are on. I like to talk with people's doctors as well. You can't just do things overnight. There's not a quick fix. Just to let you know, when I came down with ovarian cancer, or when a person comes down with cancer, it's not something that happens overnight. Generally, it took the body years to get into that situation. There's many reasons why: what we're eating, what we're thinking, the environment. I know when I was younger, melathion was sprayed on us in the community, and they said they were spraying gnats, but I didn't see any. We were the gnats. So there's many other factors that are involved. I usually have 4-hour sessions with people and having them sign stating I'm not a medical doctor, I'm a holistic person that's dealing with God's medicine. So there's no quick fix. Okay, don't expect a quick fix holistically. I know for me, sometimes you might need the pain. When I was in pain, excruciating pain, but again, after a while on my research, I realized that destroyed my liver and my kidneys. So it's not something I wanted to be on for a long time, for me personally. Now, for me personally, I looked up the book, The Miracle of Fasting. I've also studied quite a bit and researched chemo. What is chemo? Found out it was mustard gas. Where did it start at? What are the benefits? What are the non-benefits? I looked that up. So it's important to do your research. I didn't want mustard gas in my body, so I didn't know chemo or radiation. What I did look up is I looked up Pardiarco and what is nature's chemo, and that's what I used. One of the things I used. So the first thing I did was read The Miracle of Fasting, and I intermittent fasted, and I do that every morning till 12 o'clock to clear my body out, because I realize that we all have cancer cells. Okay, so it's when our body gets acid is when it comes up. Same thing with disease. We have to turn it alkaline. So I'm like saying, what research, it's a good documentary, What the Hell? Research what causes our body to go alkaline, vegetables and fruit. What God told us to do in the beginning. He's the creator of us. So what I do is till 12, I do distilled water and lemon. Okay, and then from 12 on to 6 or 12 to 2, it depends. Not after 6 o'clock, I don't eat, but I do vegetables and fruit, all the alkaline vegetables and fruit, watermelon, I do kale, I do all of that between that time. In the morning, I pray, I meditate, I use that time to meditate on the scriptures. You're asking what I do. Thanking God and helping Him direct me in wisdom and apply it to have the discipline, because this is an addiction. It is eating wrong, eating meat, eating dead flesh is an addiction. It really is. And so I realized on my research, seeing that God said to abstain from blood, I talked to a butcher. He said there's absolutely no way that you can take blood out of meat. Totally. So that blood carries parasites. It carries that animal's memories, their feelings before they died, and that's going inside my body, and that's not something I want anymore. And I started journaling, and I started noticing in my journaling what I ate, how I felt. And when you first do this, you are going to go through a detox. You might have diarrhea, you might have hives, headaches, whatever, get irritable. And I would write or find something I enjoyed to do, like gardening or something, find something that I enjoyed, dancing, whatever it was, walking. And I also exercise 30 minutes a day, walking, dancing, something of activity, because exercise and moving the energy is important. I also do acupressure on myself each day, moving the energy, even getting the massager and massaging my body, because wherever it's tense at is where the dis-ease can stay at, and you have to have movement in the system. I make sure that the water that I have later on throughout the day, I do spring water. I get my minerals and a lot of my water from coconuts. I do a lot of coconuts. I'll get a case of coconuts, the white coconuts, and drink the water because that's plant water. And because the water we're getting from the other places are toilet water, it's recycled toilet water with chemicals. So I want to make sure that I hydrate my body so my body can do the healing. My body and God can do the healing if I give it things that we can, as much as we can in this world. I do only seeded things, such for instance, if it's a watermelon, I don't do seedless or GMO. I try to do ones with seeds because it helps with the enzymes and the protein. I also use the rind of the watermelon because the rind of the watermelon is likened to wheatgrass, and I do wheatgrass as well. It has a lot of nutrients, so I do high nutrient foods that are living. Okay, and has it been easy? No, it's not, because I love meat. Okay, I'm being honest with you, I do. And so I have to learn over time. It's taken over time. I do not want to be sick, and I notice that when I do a plant-based, really plant-based, I'm talking about fruits and vegetables and all of that, and I'm making it myself, that I notice, or go to a very reputable place, that I notice I feel good. I start to heal. I start going through, my skin start looking better. I don't swell as much. I swell very easily. I also no longer use any Himalayan salt. I use only Celtic salt if I use it. I try not to use it very much, but I do use Celtic because it has 101 minerals. The herbs that I take are, it was many, and it's at different intervals, but every day I take Pardiarco, which is fungus for cancer, prevention of cancer. It's nature's chemo, that's what they call it in Argentina. And I use dandelion, which cleanses the liver. I use nettle, and that cleanses the blood. I also make my own chlorophyll. So I take 4 cups of that a day. Okay, I boil the water and I let that sit, maybe a third to 1 cup, and drink it strong. Let it sit for an hour or two. Sometimes I sun brew it, which is better. I also make my own chlorophyll, and in that I use 1 bunch of parsley, 1 bunch of celery, cucumber, cilantro, which takes out heavy metals off the body. Sometimes I'll put wheatgrass and kudzu, but the base is cilantro and parsley, and 3 apples, 3 green apples. And then you can always add the cucumber and celery and things. And then I make that fresh myself. I drink it because it cleanses my blood. Okay? Look it up yourself. Don't take my word for it. I also take vitamin C, lots of vitamin C. I do vitamin E. I do vitamin D. I do black seed oil every day, 3 tablespoons every day. That's a must. I make my own hair products. I use lemon as deodorant. You got to stop using toxic products. I use a lemon under my arms, and you can make it the lemon. And I'll show you. It's very simple. Just take the lemon, put it in water, and spray it because you don't want any toxicity on your skin. So I use raw coconut oil. I'll take the coconut oil and I'll put rosemary and eucalyptus for pain when I was in excruciating pain, and mix that together and use that daily in my hair and my face and things. Black soap is excellent to use for a natural cleanser with no chemicals in it. And I use a loofah. Loofah dry brush, and use a loofah to scrub my own body, to my whole body from my feet. I also do the detox machine where I sit in it. I used to sit in it once a week. Now I do it once a month. Detoxifying it's called the ionizer. You can get it on Amazon. I do therapy because I think it's important to have someone to speak to, other than your family, to say how you're feeling, what you're going through. Very, very important. And I use a lot of aromatherapy, Young Living and Now, or I make my own. Rose being the highest frequency I put on my body. It brings the frequency up. So these are just some of the things. I use Aztec clay to put as detox on my body. But again, check with a good holistic practitioner, a master herbalist, and work with your doctor, and make sure you get someone that will work with you. It's very important not to be scattered. Take care.